Yeah, Jack Bauer.
That's what we should do. We should watch the whole seasons of 24 for the show.
Yeah, right. That's a 24. Calling this a thrilling episode. Yeah.
A thrilling episode?
Yeah, because I watched a lot of thrillers.
Thrillers. Good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go live. Need to check the shit.
The audio.
Yeah.
You know, you're always like prepared, you know, for what you want to talk about.
Dude, I took notes today. I wrote 3 pages.
Like when we actually get to do the show, like your title's not ready. I mean, what are you doing over there?
Oh my god.
What?
I'm hearing such an echo because I...
Oh, yeah.
I think it's fine though.
Echo.
Yeah, I'm ready to start.
I'm already on, man.
Oh yeah, right. Of
course, it doesn't even show.
1 sec.
How's it going, dude? It's going well, Tosh. Doing episode 24 here with my good friend Amin.
What's up?
Yep.
Do we just want to start now?
I mean, I'm already.
Okay. Then let's start. Yeah, right. Let's start with your movies. What did you see?
Just like that? No news, no nothing?
No. Do you have any news?
Well, Ezra Miller. I don't think you... Did you see the Ezra Miller incident like on Monday or Tuesday?
I did not.
He apparently choked a fan and threw her down to the ground. There's like this quick video of it. But rumor is he's probably going to get kicked off the Flash movie now. You know, the movie that no one's asked for, that they've continued to talk about, that no one cares to see. Even myself, even being a Zack Snyder DCEU guy, I didn't care to see the Flash, especially because just too much time has passed. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, sure.
And I feel like DC already did a good thing with the CW Flash. I mean, it's corny and shit, but they've tapped into like all the Flash lore over there. So it just, to me, you don't need to make a Flash movie anyway. But yeah.
But apparently what he did is still kind of fucked up.
Pretty fucked up. Yeah, like they're saying, and Tosh, I haven't even seen the Harley Quinn movie yet. I've had Birds of Prey for like 2 weeks, and every time I go to fucking press play, I just go, maybe.
No, you don't miss much.
Maybe another time, you know. I mean, I already know it's going to be tough. I mainly want to watch it. I mainly want to watch it for McGregor and Black Mask. That's really the only draw to me, because the Mary Elizabeth Winstead fucking version of Huntress is not for me. That is not Huntress at all.
She's also barely in the film, so it's not.
And the Black Canary, yeah, I know, but it irks me though. It irks me from a comic book standpoint. And the Black Canary version is just terrible, just fucking terrible from what I've seen. Yeah, but I'll try to watch it though at some point. But anyway, yeah, Ezra Miller probably gonna get kicked off. Ezra Miller's kind of a weird dude anyway, so it was kind of a Shia LaBeouf moment, you know.
I thought it was okay as the Flash though. Like,
I liked him as the Flash, but I just feel like too much time has passed, and no one's gonna care. You know, it's like Avatar. You know,
is it known what will happen with his role in the Fantastic Beasts franchise?
Oh, that's another one. Because
he's kind of a big part.
I know. Even though I haven't seen the film, I know about the connection.
Yeah, the second one sucks. It's not really good.
That's what I heard.
Interesting.
That's it. That's all the news, though.
All the news,
yeah.
All right. Did you watch anything?
I watched 2 things.
Two things?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, watching streamers and watching YouTube content just doesn't count, so I can't.
True.
I went down a lot of rabbit holes. I mean, I watched Tosh for like 2 hours yesterday, or the other day, playing Warhammer. Gave me the itch to play Warhammer again. See how I snuck Tosh in there? See that? You know, see what I do? Okay, so I rewatched Silver Linings Playbook with my girl. Still fantastic.
I mean, it's your favorite movie, so
It
obviously
is.
it's still fantastic.
Still holds up too. Still holds up. It's I love the De Niro role. I love the Jennifer Lawrence role. I love pretty much everything about that goddamn movie.
Even Chris Tucker.
But yeah, Chris Tucker. I love Chris Tucker. The other movie I watched though was a movie that my girlfriend has been waiting to see ever since it was announced. She knew it would be terrible. I knew it would be terrible. But we sat down, we got through it. It was Brahms, The Boy 2.
No, boy.
It's fucking terrible, dude. Oh my god. Like, I'm just reminded why I'm not a horror guy, you know, especially
There's way too much shit.
There's good horror out there, yes, but there are some people that will watch all of these movies and just fucking love it. And it's the same with anime. I get it. I mean, I'm the same way with MCU and shit, comic book movies in general, thrillers. But The Boy 2, oh my god, yeah, you can skip that one. And Katie Holmes is terrible. She's a terrible actress.
I did not intend to see it, so doesn't change anything for me.
Katie Holmes has done some good things too. There's a movie called Touched with Fire, which is an amazing movie, which is kind of like the extreme version of Silver Linings in a way, because it shows bipolar from a much different standpoint than Silver Linings did. But yeah, she just took she was impressive in Touched with Fire, but I mean, this movie brought nothing to the table. And The Boy, like not the creepy doll thing. That thing is all right. I'm fine with that. But The Boy, the kid, the little kid, her son, fucking you just want to hit him the whole time. You just one of those child actors, very much like in the vein of Phantom Menace. You just can't stand him when he's on screen. So
yeah, I'll talk about another one in a bit.
Terrible movie, man. I don't recommend. I would give it like a fucking 4.
Yeah. Oh, 4. That seems generous, actually.
It's generous just because of the creepy vibe that the thing gave off.
The doll.
That's it. That's all I got for that. That's it.
I see. All right, that's all.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, a little bit of Survivor. A little bit of Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of YouTube. And then, of course, I just didn't have time because I had to edit like 40 hours of footage of Rust, which...
Ooh, that's a lot.
Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are at episode 127. 127 episodes of Rust craziness from the last 5 months. So, there you go.
All right. Some cross-advertisement.
Yeah. Do what I do.
I finished watching Tiger King.
Oh, here we go.
And the last 2 episodes, they did not disappoint. It was a blast.
I know. I was kind of worried.
Yeah. I hope it continues, though.
I was kind of worried because you said that one of your friends said that it dropped off at the end, which I thought.
Yeah, but he was drunk at the time. I don't think he knew what he was seeing. It's like
probably just fell asleep or some shit.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, like the crime shit in the end, it's pretty interesting, and like I don't want to spoil it. I mean, I kind of have to if I want to say what I have,
Mm-hmm.
So if you still have to see Tiger King, which I strongly advise, then turn off your radio station right now. I feel like 22 years is a rough sentence, dude.
You're behind Joe Exotic, aren't you?
Not really, but like I mean, he deserves to be in prison. They all do, but I agree. 22 years is a lot.
He definitely deserves conspiracy to commit murder.
Yeah.
Which I would give him at least 10 or 5 to 10, and good behavior has to play a part and shit like that. But, I
mean, he was supposed to get 79 initially.
The fact that the hitman does not get any time just baffles me, man. The guy took money with the intention to kill the woman.
It's not clear though.
Yeah, but it's still pretty,
I mean, they have audio of them discussing the murder, so it's like.
But he was the man that was pegged to do it. It's just because he cooperated. He got fucking lucky. Yeah, that's all. But the Jeff dude is totally fucked up as well. The Jeff.
Dude, he should be in prison.
He needs to be in prison for something because there's definitely something shady about that guy. Like straight up, they're all shady as fuck. Everybody in this,
especially Carol Baskin, because like she's pretending to be the saint in the story.
There's only two people that I felt for in this entire documentary.
The guy without the legs.
The guy without the legs, Ranky. Yeah. Ranky was fucking phenomenal.
He was just the regular working man,
He's the guy that just got fucked, and then the chick that lost her arm. I felt kind of sad for her.
Just some regular people, actually. Yeah. I found it extremely funny that in the end, like in the credits, it said that Doc Andel got raided. Mm-hmm. And like 10 minutes before he said that there's nothing you can accuse him of, Mm-hmm. And apparently he shot some tigers. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, Doc Antle is a whole other level of crazy as well. I'm surprised that they didn't have like a whole Doc Antle thing, but Doc Antle is one of the people that's really upset with the documentary for how they portrayed him and all that shit, just like Carol Baskin is.
But they gave the interviews like they volunteered basically.
Yeah. I stand behind what I said last week, though. Carol Baskin and her husband, they're totally full of shit. You can just see it.
True that.
Just fucking see it. And now they're upset about the documentary as well.
Obviously.
But there was a rumor that they were going to make a supplemental episode. So I hope it happens because the popularity of that show on Netflix just went through the roof. And I kind of have to say that it does have to do with the quarantine because people are just thirsting for shit to watch right now and binge watch at that.
Yeah, true.
But it just came at the right time, I feel like.
Yeah.
There's one of my friends on Facebook. I'm not going to say who it was, but he's like, I got to episode 2 and I had to turn it off. Those are terrible people and you're just helping the terrible people. But then one person responded, it's like, well, because of this documentary, they're opening up the cold case on that guy because, you still want to find out what happened to Don Lewis.
True, yeah.
So, but yeah, just, what a pansy thing to say. Just watch the fucking thing. You know what I mean? Give me a fucking break, man. You can't, separate your shit and just enjoy something. Give me a break. But I get it. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I love it, though. It's fantastic. Yeah, and people are fighting over the role for Joe Exotic, for what I hear, for the mini series that they actually want to make.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the good material for a show or a movie.
Jared Leto, Dax Shepard, and Edward Norton are all in the running, apparently.
No, I feel like Dax Shepard would be the right one, actually.
Yeah, Dax Shepard really, really wants it. But Edward Norton, responded to him, step aside or something. I was bored for this shit. I don't know what the tweet was, but...
I mean, yeah, obviously Norton is the better actor, but...
I would love to see Norton in the role over Dax Shepard, because I feel like he is the better actor. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I haven't seen anything with a Dax Shepard that was impressive.
And Dax is super tall, too. But... Dax is tall, man. He's not that frame of man that Joe Exotic was. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, his lover, John, his husband, John.
Oh, yeah? The guy without teeth?
He did fix his teeth. They look wonderful. So they didn't include that in the doc, and I thought that was kind of fucked. They should have at least showed that, hey, he fixed his teeth because they look fucking terrible, man. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, that's what meth does to you.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, you want to stay away from meth,
Oh, yeah. All right. I've also obviously continued watching The Simpsons, and today I watched the 5th episode of The Mandalorian, which is still good. I watched 11 movies.
Ooh.
Again, I think that's my average, actually.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote down some plot summaries and some notes and shit,
Do you have the count? Do you have the count for movies you've seen this year? Because I always.
Oh yeah, actually, I was going to mention that. I'm now so I watched my 100th movie this year,
Ooh.
and one sec. I think in total I am at a count of 109.
And what was the count last year?
443 new movies.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna reach it though, and I don't intend to because it was kind of stressy. Sometimes I watch 7 movies a day, and I can't recommend that.
Right.
But still, I'm just. I mean, this podcast is also pushing me to watch as much stuff as I can, and it's fun. I got a new streaming service that has a lot of good movies.
Was it a German streaming service?
Yeah, is Sky a TV channel in the US?
Guy?
Sky. So there's a streaming service called Sky Ticket, that has like lots of like very recent movies actually, and also some classics. It's pretty good.
Satellite pay TV platform in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland.
Oh, okay. So it's a German thing. All right. So from worst to best, as always.
Give it to me.
So I watched the new Netflix hit Coffee and Kareem. It's a crime comedy with Ed Helms.
Really?
And I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, so here the plot is already pretty bad. So Ed Helms, he plays a cop, and he gets bullied by his fellow policeman. Because he's kind of clumsy and kind of an idiot, you know, but like a good guy. He's in a relationship with a woman who's 12-year-old kid. He thinks he's real gangster and cool, you know, and he doesn't like that Ed Helms is banging his mom. So they get into trouble, and of course, those two now have to solve a case together. Obviously, as always.
Okay.
Yeah, the plot doesn't really make sense. So this kid, dude, the guy who plays Kareem, he's 12, and it's the most annoying kid character I've seen in a while, maybe ever. You know, like everything he says is supposed to be really edgy, and like it's really offensive, and he's always screaming. It was annoying as fuck. It was also like there's no better word than cringe.
Terrence Little Garden High.
His career is over already, dude. Like,
that bad, huh?
I don't want to see that guy ever again for this role. Like,
it's so funny. I thought you said coffee and cream, and I was like, "Where is it?"
I think that's the pun though in the title.
I get it. Yeah, I get it now. Kareem.
Kareem. Yeah. Like literally, there's no joke in this movie that worked for me. It was terrible. And I kind of felt bad for Ed Helms because I think he's better than that. Like not that he's like crazy good actor, but he was in better comedies.
Yeah, I agree.
I think most people know him from Hangover, and there's a movie called Stretch with Patrick Wilson where he's pretty good in.
He's big on The Office as well.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a comedy actor, but I would like to see him in some serious stuff actually.
He was really great in Vacation. Again, another comedy.
I've seen that.
He was, I believe, what is the name of the movie? Chappaquiddick. Have we seen Chappaquiddick yet?
Don't know what that is.
Chappaquiddick is about Ted Kennedy and the girl that died when Ted Kennedy was. Do you know Ted Kennedy is the brother of Robert Kennedy and John Kennedy?
Okay.
But the movies, Jason Clarke actually plays Ted Kennedy. I've always wanted to watch it, but I never got a chance to. Ed Helms.
What year is it?
2017. 6.5. So
that's not bad.
It's not bad, yeah. So something I always kind of wanted to watch, but I think that was like his one of his few turns is maybe a little drama. It doesn't look like a comedy at all.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of comedy actors really excel at doing serious roles. I would be interested in one of them.
Just to see if he could pull it off other than
right. I mean, most comedy actors I saw in more serious roles, they pulled it off. Yeah. So this movie, dude, like I think it was like number 4 on Netflix in Germany at least, and I only heard terrible things about it. So some friends and I, we usually do a thing when we just decide on a movie and we all watch it and then chat about it afterwards. So we were in for some trash and then we chose Coffee and Kareem. It was a bad decision, dude. Like the comedy is so like they didn't do any effort. It's just some dirty jokes, people insulting each other. That's it. It's not funny.
Is that 5.1? Ooh.
Yeah, that is close to 4. Like that's terrible.
That's pretty bad. And
also on top, you have some like actually a lot of dumb internet references to like appeal to younger people.
It's very hip, very edgy.
Yeah, it was super cringe. God.
Oh, here's what's funny is I'm scrolling down and there's you know how you see one user review when you're on the page?
Yeah.
The first one I see is Kareem too much. Kareem was way over the top with bad language. It was like the writers had a contest to see how many F-bombs and filthy phrases they could add. Huh.
That sums it up basically.
Yeah, I don't see myself watching this one.
No, nobody should.
I don't know, man. That seems bad.
It is, yeah. All right. So that's actually I rated it 1 out of 10, which doesn't happen a lot, but this is just a horrendous movie.
Didn't you drop Doolittle to the 1?
Doolittle is a 1 as well, yeah. Okay. But I think Doolittle is better than this actually. No, Coffee Cream. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter, but I think Coffee Cream is slightly over Doolittle.
One day we have to rate the ones. Like
right.
The top 10 of one. Yeah, the top 10 of ones. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Then I saw a movie called Circle from 2015. It's a science fiction. No. Science fiction chamber play. Is that a word?
A science fiction chamber play?
Yeah. Is chamber play like a term for movies in English? I think it is, right?
This is the people that have to make decisions, right?
Right. So there's like a bunch of people, like I think it's 40 or 50, I don't know. They wake up inside a dark room and each one stands a little small red circle. And you can't leave it. If you do, you die. If you touch other people, you die. And every few minutes, one person randomly dies. And they figure out that they can all vote who's going to die. Oh. And all the people are kind of different. There's some teenagers, some kids. There's a pregnant woman. People from different cultures, like business and social levels, like a businessman and a gangster and shit, a policeman. And obviously they're gonna get in some heated discussions now. And I think it sounded like a really cool idea, like some sort of Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
But after 10 minutes, I already noticed that the potential was there, but the execution isn't that great.
Right, execution.
Like, the conflicts they have, the discussions, they're kind of forced,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, due to the premise, and actually, like the social critique is so dull and blatant. It's not very fun. You constantly facepalm throughout the whole movie, basically. But it was actually weirdly enough, it was still entertaining because I was hooked. I still wanted to know where it's gonna go, so it wasn't bad, but.
What did you call this again? A phantom play?
A chamber play. It takes place all in one room.
Okay.
Like, I think chamber play, like in German, it's a term for movies, like something like 12 Angry Men or Reservoir Dogs.
Okay. Yeah.
I
could see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Would You Rather movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I heard of it.
Yeah. That was like, again, just the execution. These movies I think have trouble.
They sound cool in a way, but
like The Purge in a way. I've always said The Purge is a fantastic idea, but they've never.
Yeah, it is.
They've never done it the right way, and now it's in the hands of some crazy people. So it'll never be good. It'll never be good.
Yeah, the Circle is just. Nobody, not a single one of them in the movie. Not like they all act super unbelievable, and some people are so aggressive and like accuse people of shit and stuff. Like, obviously, everybody's gonna vote for you if you're like, insulting somebody.
But you said it was forced, though. Like it just felt
super forced. Yeah.
That's a.
And also, there's some weird editing. Like, I'm not usually the guy who noticed this. But the editing and camera work is so mediocre. Sometimes you don't even see who's talking, or the framing is super off. So it's a really clunky movie,
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not sure if it was like the debut for the director, or maybe. Like, I mean, the budget
it was directed by 2 people.
Oh, okay.
A little team, Aaron Hahn and Mario Mosconi, which I've never heard of either one. I'm going to go ahead and open those up just to see. And
wasn't their first movie? Because it seems like it.
Well, they had a TV movie miniseries. It says miniseries called The Vault. And then they do a lot of dark web shit. That show, Dark Web.
I see.
Yeah, so no, not like movies. I think that's their only feature film. That's what it looks like anyway.
Yeah, like actually, it's entertaining. Like, not authentic in any way or something, but I was hooked. So it's not a bad watch. It's not even like it's close to 90 minutes, but you already notice that 90 minutes is even a bit too much.
Guilty
for
pleasure.
The premise.
You'd say a guilty pleasure. Then.
Okay. Yeah, right. Some of my friends saw it as well, and they liked it. Some more than others, but
no, I've seen this shit on Netflix for years. You know, like
it is on Netflix. Yeah, right.
It's like it's been on Netflix for me like forever, and I'm always like hovered over it and kind of been interested. I think my girl has seen it because she loves this shit.
It could be compared to the movie I mentioned last week, The Platform. It's different but kind of similar, and I mean you can check it out. It's not a bad watch, like Coffee and Kareem.
I still wouldn't mind seeing The Platform.
Yeah, that's cool. Way better than Circle.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah, it's way better actually. I thought it was way better. So next up is a movie called Cash Truck. It's not the one that Guy Ritchie is making. It's from 2004. It's a crime thriller with Jean Dujardin. It's a French movie.
Oh, okay. Le Convoyeur?
Yeah, right. The Convoyeur.
Le Convoyeur?
Right.
Le Convoyeur. Oh.
So here's the plot. Dude, this movie felt so low budget in a way, or like I think I'm the only person ever who saw it. That's what it feels like. I just watched it because I was looking for something with the Jean Dujardin.
Jean Dujardin, yeah.
He's cool. So there's some guy who joins a company that delivers money in France. And like he's not talking much. He has some seizures. Like it's weird. And he's up to, like he plans something, but you don't know what in the beginning. I could spoil it now, but I'm just gonna do it because nobody will ever see this film.
It's been 16 years. It's been 16 years.
Right, and it's a small movie from France, so yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
So he wants to find the people who killed his son. Years back, he drove by a cash truck, and it was getting hijacked, and the robbers killed his son and injured him. You know,
Ooh.
And like he's assuming that there's a rat in that cash company that is helping the robbers. So he's trying to get into the company to find the guy who's responsible for his son dying. And it's the plot is a little, I don't know.
Convoluted.
Yeah, it's weird. Also, the movie is very quiet, very gritty and serious. It's like, the tone is very, very depressing, which is fine. It was very short though, 90 minutes with slow pace, so it wasn't boring. And there's not much happening up until the end. The ending is actually, I was kind of reminded of Dragged Across Concrete in a way, but obviously that is way better than Cash Truck. The ending is pretty brutal, and also there's some people with like, remember in Dragged when like those Nazis with the black clothing?
Mm-hmm.
In this movie, there's some people who look exactly like them. So probably that's why it reminded me of that. There's not much to say about it. It's nothing special, so nobody really needs to see it. But it wasn't bad.
Is he the lead?
No, he's not. I didn't know the lead. Jean Dujardin is one of he's the rat. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Like he seems to be all friendly. Yeah, right. But whatever. He's working at the cash company, and later he's the rat. Yeah.
Well, there you
go.
It's
not a big part. Yeah, it's a 5 out of 10.
What is it like? What did you say it was called? It's called Cash Truck. That's what it means.
Yeah, right. Le Convoyeur.
Le Convoyeur.
I don't speak French. So, do you have any questions about this?
Sadly, no. Maybe do you think S. Craig Zahler was inspired?
The movie is too small to assume that. I don't know. Well, also, it's not it's not even close to Dragged Across Concrete. Just I think it was just the visuals and that it was so brutal. But yeah,
I'm gearing up to watch that again. Got the itch.
Yeah, actually, it's on Sky Ticket, so I could watch it as well.
Got the itch.
And I have the DVD. It doesn't matter. Actually, I bought Dragged Across Concrete for like $15.
It's pretty high.
Good invest. Yeah,
it's pretty high for a DVD.
Yeah, I should have bought the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the fourth movie on my list is Upgrade from 2018, science fiction action movie with Logan Marshall Green.
Right.
If you know who that is.
I still have not seen this movie. My girlfriend.
You heard of it?
Oh yeah, because my girlfriend went crazy over the trailer. She's like, I don't know why, but I want to see Upgrade. You know, when we were dating and shit. And I remember we were set to go see it, but we never did. And I think she watched it when I was playing Rust one day. So was it any good?
Yeah, actually it is, but it's not as good as I expected it to be. So
you expected it to be good?
Yeah, because I think it has 7.5 on IMDb. And I heard when it came out, I heard it was kind of a sleeper, sleeper hit. Everybody loved it. So it's about this guy. He and it's set in the future. I don't know when, but it's there's some high tech shit in that. So like self-driving cars and shit. So a guy and his wife, they drive in a self-driving car, and suddenly they get into an accident, and it's caused by some thugs that then kill his wife and shoot him in the spine. So he's paralyzed.
Okay.
And luckily, it's kind of weird. He has a friend who obviously developed a chip that can like get your control back over your body. So it's also an AI, so it talks to him. It gets implanted in his neck, and I got it was some Venom vibes, like the AI talking to him. Better than Venom though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would hope. Jesus.
So and the plot now is that he just tries to get revenge and hunt down the killers of his wife. But it gets a little more layered than that. The plot is kind of silly. I don't know. The unique thing about this movie is the action. I don't know. They used like a technique that the camera is always tracking the center of the guy. Like when he moves, the camera is exactly moving alongside him. It's a very unique look. I like it a lot.
Kind of video gamey in a way.
A bit, yeah. I've never seen it like this before. It's weird. Okay. It's pretty cool. So yeah, and the AI, it takes control over his body and beats up the bad guys for him. So like he's moving a bit like a robot and has like superhuman reflexes and shit. It's pretty cool. But the problem is there's not much action in it. Like there are like 3 action scenes and they're all pretty short. Okay. So
they kind of showed them all in the trailer then, basically, probably.
I think, yeah. I haven't seen the trailer, but I bet, yeah.
Because the trailer was very, I remember, action-packed, so...
Yeah, and the action scenes are very good and violent, I like that. But if there was just more action, that would have been better, sadly.
Well, it's still a draw.
Setting is kind of cool.
Still a draw to see it, because I do like this. I like Logan Marshall Green, everything I've seen him in anyway. The 2 movies come to mind for Logan Marshall Green, which is The Invitation. I know I've mentioned that movie before on the show. I fucking love that movie, The Invitation. But also the Devil. I like that movie, Devil. Yeah. It's about like 6 people or 7 people. They're trapped in an elevator, and one of them is the devil. I know it sounds like weird, but it actually was very well done. It was Shyamalan produced, not directed. But of course they marketed it like it was a Shyamalan.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's how they do it.
As if that was a good thing.
But yeah, I've always liked that dude, Logan Marshall Green. I think.
He's kind of a B actor. It's not in like big productions.
Yeah, like I feel like he's almost there.
He looks a bit like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, he does have like a Hardy face, so maybe they need a Hardy Brothers movie. Do you see what I did there? But here's a fun fact about this movie. I don't know if I'm going to steal it from you, but the director, Lee Whannell, Invisible Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he directed Invisible Man, and he's set to direct Escape from New York.
Oh, and he directed Insidious 3.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but but here's also a fun fact about this dude is this is the guy that's in the first Saw movie that's in the room with Carrie Elwes.
Oh, I see.
So that's pretty cool. I like that. I was impressed with Invisible Man, so
that wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'm curious about this Escape from New York. I want to see who they're gonna tag for Snake fucking Plissken.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be good. That could be good.
Exciting.
Maybe it'll be Logan Marshall Green. Maybe it will.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But
it'll be Tom Hardy.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, probably. So next up, I saw a crime thriller with Dustin Hoffman and Roy Scheider, Marathon Man.
So what did you think?
1976. It was kind of a letdown, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. So first, let me explain the plot.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this college student. You know the plot, but I'm just going to tell it to the folks.
I do.
And he's a marathon runner, or he wants to be. He played by Dustin Hoffman, and he gets caught up in a plot of smuggling diamond smuggling Nazis, of course.
Yes.
And it's in the beginning, it was a little hard to understand what was going on, to be honest. Like, it cuts back from him to Roy Scheider, who is his brother, which is later revealed. And so yeah, it was a little hard to understand, but once I figured it out, it was pretty good. Yeah. The problem I have is, though, it's a thriller, and I didn't feel the thrills. I didn't
feel the thrills. What about the fucking dentist shit? I mean, that shit.
Oh yeah, that was a great scene.
That scared the fucking shit out of me when I was a kid.
There's great scenes in it, obviously, but
I shouldn't have watched this when I was a kid. I know that was my own problem, but
Yeah.
That part still, I mean, to this day, it's horrific to me.
Yeah, the torture scenes are pretty good.
And I love Laurence Olivier in this role too, because
is he the Nazi?
He's the Nazi, yeah.
Oh, I see. I liked Roy Scheider's performance, actually. Hoffman is always great.
Well, now you know, is it safe? You know the
right
there. But that director John Schlesinger, kind of he's got some gems in his repertoire. He's
what else did he do?
He did Midnight Cowboy. I
see.
And a movie I think I've mentioned to you called The Falcon and the Snowman. Maybe not. I think we were talking Sean Penn. That movie is criminally underrated, in my opinion. The Believers, I think is that fucking Martin Sheen. That's kind of terrible. Never mind on that. But Pacific Heights, dude. Pacific Heights with Michael Keaton when he plays a psychopath is fucking great. I like that movie. That's a good thriller right there.
Like, when I saw it and I didn't feel the thrills of Marathon Man, I was asking myself, if it's a problem of the time it came out, the 70s.
Could be.
That's kind of... No, I don't think so, actually. Because then I thought, a year earlier, Dog Day Afternoon and Jaws were released,
Right.
Fucking, really intense.
Right.
But, I don't know,
Jaws still holds up as fucking... I think
and Dog Day as well, I was surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Marathon Man just didn't get me.
Didn't do it for you.
No, I expected more. It's kind of sad. Not bad, though. It's not a bad film. I can see why it's a classic. I mean, back in the day, it was probably the shit.
It's pretty scary for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I think that could be just like a thing. I shouldn't have watched it when I was like 7. It's just a bad call.
True, yeah.
Bad call.
All right. So, next movie is a romantic drama by Barry Jenkins, the Moonlight director. If Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen this. How was this movie here?
Yeah, it was good. So I think it's in the 60s or 70s, like either late 60s or 70s. I don't know. There's like this girl who gets pregnant with her lover's child, but he is in jail for a crime he didn't do. And now in flashbacks, the movie tells you like about their love and shit. And in the present time, the family, they're both families try to prove his innocence. That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I didn't know many of the main actors except for Regina King. She got the Oscar for the role. She plays the girl's mother.
Right, she got supporting actress for this?
Yeah. And again, supporting actor is weird because she is barely in the film. I was surprised. She has some good scenes and stuff, but she's not in a lot.
Similar to Mahershala winning the Oscar for Moonlight.
Right, yeah.
Because people did complain that he wasn't in it long enough.
Yeah, it's weird, but still, it's a great performance. She deserves it for sure. But it's just weird because the same year was Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite, and they carried the movie, you know?
Yeah.
So
I can agree with that, but I haven't seen it. I can't agree, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, right. Do you know who Ed Skrein is? Ed Skrein?
Yeah, the guy that looks like Nicholas Hoult, the beefier Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, the guy from Alita. And he was in Game of Thrones.
The original Dario Naharis.
Right. So Ed Skrein, Dave Franco, Diego Luna, and my boy Pedro Pascal, they all have small parts, like one scene or something. The movie is very stylish, actually. Like if I remember correctly, it was the same in Moonlight. There's some long shots with some really heavy focus, like lots of blur and slight slow-mo. Mm-hmm. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
So it's very cinematic, the movie. But
I thought Moonlight was like a dream. Like Moonlight to me felt like a dream movie in a way.
It's the same stylistic technique he used here. And sometimes it was a little too artsy and the scenes were a little too long for me.
Gotcha. I can.
Like for Beale Street, in the beginning when there's like, so the opening scenes are that she tells her family that she's pregnant with the guy who's in prison. And that creates some fantastic drama between both families. And that, like, I was so hooked. I was so excited because I thought this is fantastic. This is great. But they don't do any more drama than that. Like there's the mother of the guy who's in prison, she hates the girl who's pregnant, you know? There's some great drama, but she doesn't appear at all anymore after that. So that was kind of sad. And
strange.
I don't know, the focus of the movie just totally changes. Like it's all just about those two people's love, you know? And I don't know. I didn't feel it. It's a good movie, but overall, I think it set the wrong focus.
So, too much on the love, you say?
Yeah, there's lots of flashbacks that just show you how much in love they are, you know. And like at one point, I was bored with that. It was enough, you know. I wanted to know what was happening to the guy who's in prison and shit. But yeah, not bad though. You know?
I get the dreamy stuff though. I wonder because you know me, I complain about artsy shit all the time. Like I'll call that shit.
I mean,
out right
it
now.
looks good, but it's a little too much.
Just too much, yeah.
I felt like Moonlight was way more on the. In Moonlight, it was better.
Is it worth watching though? This movie.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So it falls off though. Like you would just wanted more deep shit going on.
Yeah, I think I just expected a different movie.
Because Moonlight was deep. Moonlight is
great. I think Moonlight is better than Beale Street.
You could really dissect Moonlight into a lot of things. Like that movie has a lot of themes in there that are really fucked up. I was so impressed with Moonlight. I didn't get around to watching this movie just because I don't know. I didn't know what the hell it was about. But then again, I didn't know what the hell Moonlight was about when I started to watch that either. So I don't know.
Barry Jenkins is definitely a good director. Like he has some stylish camera work and shit. So he knows what he's doing. And I'm looking forward to his next movie. Like seems to be on a roll.
TV series. It shows.
Oh, okay.
No movies for a while.
That's
it looks like. Yeah.
I mean, we don't get any movies anytime soon anyway. So
true. Well, streaming.
Mm-hmm. Right. So next movie. If you have any questions.
Not really. I'll probably get around to watching if
I can. Yeah.
Could talk. Yeah, at some point. Like I feel like I got to be in the mood for that shit. But I will say that Watchmen made me a huge fan of Regina King. I do like Regina King. I didn't
She's
like
great,
her back in the day. Like I didn't really care for her in the early roles, like Poetic Justice, and I think was she in Boys in the Hood? I think she was in Boys in the Hood.
Oh, really? Well, that's been ages since I watched that, and I feel like Boys in the Hood is the way weaker menace to society.
Oh, I agree. And then she was in she plays the sister in Friday. I remember that. So I just she wasn't like a draw for me, but she kind of became a draw because of the Watchmen role. I loved her.
Then you should see If Beale Street Could Talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an Oscar-winning role.
It was her first movie, Boys in the Hood, her first feature film.
Oh.
Boys in the Hood.
I feel like Boys in the Hood didn't age well. At least that's what I like.
No. I mean, I don't even think it was that good for back in the day.
What year is it?
91.
No, okay. Like from the 90s, I feel like Menace to Society and stuff like La Haine, way better.
Well, no way shit. Cooler. Everyone knows you're going to bring up La Haine.
Once an episode. So the next movie is a tragic comedy by the Coen brothers with Michael Stuhlbarg, A Serious Man.
Oh, okay.
From 2009. So it is set in the 60s, which is, my preferred period of time. So there's this Jewish guy called Larry Gopnik, which is a weird name.
Gopnik.
He has a pretty good life, actually. Like, he's a professor at a university, he has a wife, 2 kids, and a nice home in the suburbs. But somehow, even though he's not doing anything wrong, but his life just begins to fall apart. Like, one student tries to bribe him for better grades, and that gets him in trouble and shit. And his lazy brother lives at his home, and who's a gambling addict. His wife wants to divorce him, one day.
You're telling me that the Coen brothers made a movie about a man where everything gets crazy? No way,
dude. It's a typical Coen story about the everyman. Like, he does everything right, but everybody just keeps shitting on him. So yeah, instantly recognizable Coen brothers. And dude, I was so glad to finally see Michael Stuhlbarg in a leading role.
I was just gonna bring.
It's a great performance.
Yeah, because he is mostly supporting, like, in a lot of the roles I've seen him in.
But he's like, if you compare him to somebody like Shea Wiggum, Shea Wiggum is really on the minor role of sides. Michael Stuhlbarg still has some strong side characters.
It's all coming back to Boardwalk Empire, man. It's
I know.
2 actors right there, man. Every time I hear this, I
watched that the other day, but I didn't do it. Too much time to commit.
Looking forward to that, though. I want to know what you think about that.
Yeah. Overall, it's pretty funny, the movie, and entertaining. It's a good movie by the Coen brothers. They know what they're doing, so. Yeah, it's crazy how many movies they made in that period, like from in the 2000s.
Oh, they cranked them out. Them out. Yeah,
I think it was like No Country for Old Men, Burn After Reading, and Serious Men, True Grit, all in like.
All different too. All different in their own way. Like, you can make the argument that they are very similar in the way they're written, for sure.
Sometimes, yeah.
But the amount of, like, themes and different settings that they've done it's impressive.
I used to not like him that much back in the day. Like, before I saw stuff like Fargo and Buster Scruggs and shit.
I'm still surprised that you're not a No Country man. I'm still surprised about that one.
Yeah, but again, maybe I was just too young when I saw it, and I just didn't get it,
Yeah.
So I think that's a movie I definitely should rewatch. Same with The Big Lebowski.
Ooh. You've been teasing that for a few episodes.
I know. I've given you Goodfellas, though.
Yeah, I was very happy to hear about your Goodfellas turn.
Actually, I keep thinking about how great Goodfellas is. It's crazy. I like that movie.
Pretty fucking good.
Yeah. So, next movie is a movie I think you have seen.
Okay.
It's Can You Ever Forgive Me from 2018.
Right.
Crime drama with Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant.
Right.
The true story of failed writer Lee Israel. It was pretty funny. She's like absolutely broke at the beginning of the 90s, and everything is shit. She's an alcoholic. Her cat is sick. She can't pay the rent. And though through coincidence, she notices that old letters by famous writers can make you quite a dime,
Yes.
And so she just starts using her talent as a writer to forge letters, and it's a really interesting story. I liked it.
I love this movie. I love the pace of it. Just like you just get sucked into this fucking storyline.
It's such a short-lived movie, It's never boring. The pace is great. Besides that, she meets like this gay guy, Richard E. Grant, who's kind of a troublemaker,
A little bit.
Yeah, and they kind of form a friendship. And he helps her with the shit. And I was impressed. I definitely have more respect now for Melissa McCarthy because I used to not like her.
I was shocked, man. I was shocked.
Dude, her performance was really surprisingly great.
I was so surprised when I sat down and I turned this on because I kind of had a feeling, all right, maybe she could be. I mean, this goes back to the comedy people doing good and drama too.
Yeah, right.
You know, she's in the running that because of this film, but also Richard E. Grant. Like, both of them, in my opinion, could have won the Oscar for these roles.
Yeah, Richard E. Grant for sure. But who won that year? That was last year. Who won?
Mahershala. 2018.
So. Yeah, Mahershala Ali for Green Book, which is obviously great, but Grant would have deserved it as well.
I just thought it's an awesome role for him too, because he's another odd actor. You know,
he's not on the radar for most people.
No, not really. But when he shows up, like that movie, like I would love to see him in more roles like that. I would love to see him.
Dude, yeah, he was full of energy, you know, and you notice he's having fun with the role.
And great. He elevated the scenes that he's in too. Like he's
totally,
yeah.
I mean, it's a good contrast. Like she's a total introvert, and he's like this really loud guy, you know. So it was kind of good. Also, the movie's tone is weird. Like it's a little depressing, not really, but it's also kind of funny.
Yeah. The fact that they had this heart to it and comedy to it, but you're also just watching this chick fall apart, completely fall apart. I don't know. It was just really well done, that movie.
Yeah, very good movie.
Who's the director? Marielle Heller. Okay. One of the new females to hit the scene here.
Yeah.
She did A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Oh, that's supposed to be quite good.
You haven't seen that either yet, have you?
No. Sadly not.
She could be one of the new up and coming young directors here, because she hasn't. It was only a TV series before that.
Oh, yeah, interesting. I'm curious.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you enjoyed that movie, though, because
that was one of the movies I actually got that Sky ticket for, because it was on there alongside Beale Street and all this shit. So yeah,
that's good.
Next movie is probably the one that left the biggest impression this week. It's a noir thriller with Robert Mitchum from 1955, The Night of the Hunter.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
I don't believe I have. I'll be honest.
I just randomly saw it on that service and decided to see it. I don't know. It has 8.0 on IMDb, so it's one of those true classics.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about this. I think it's in the 30s. I'm not sure. Doesn't really tell you. So there's this guy who gives a lot of money that he stole in a robbery to his children before he's arrested for murder and robbery. He tells them to not tell anyone where the money is, not even their mother. And sadly, in prison, he talks in his sleep. And his inmate, who's like a fanatic priest, he now knows that the children know where the money is. So after the robber is executed and the priest is released, he makes his way on to the town where the family lives. And now he tries to get the secret out of the children. And he's really manipulative, and he's actually marrying their mother. Like, he's intruding the family to get to the money. And that character, dude, Robert Mitchum, kind of reminded me of an evil James Dean in that movie, because he kind of looks like him.
Right. Okay.
And dude, he's like the devil's priest. He absolutely carries it. He's so charming and so manipulative. It's fantastic. Dude, that's an iconic role. I think it was in The Simpsons. Like, he has tattoos on his fingers. On one hand, there's love, and the other one is hate. I think that's quite iconic. And honestly, like, for me, he's already in my Hall of Fame for best villains.
The character or Robert Mitchum?
The character, who's played by Robert Mitchum.
Harry Powell?
Yeah. And dude, I was rooting for the man to get the money.
Rooting for the bad guy?
Yeah, because he makes the movie. He was so evil. I loved it. And I wasn't quite sure if he's actually like, he's not really a priest, but he's still kind of fanatic. It's great. Also, there's some fantastic, like, hauntingly beautiful black and white imagery. The cinematography is so good. And
I might have to acquire this one. I might have to check this one out.
I mean, obviously it's a little aged. Can't help that. And sometimes the acting, besides Mitchum, is a little too theatrical, not that natural.
That's for the time, though. That's just for the time.
Yeah, right.
It's the way it was.
I mean, it's not boring. Like, it's a great film, actually. I was glad that I just saw it by chance.
The 50s have some gems. There's some gems in there, man.
I mean, obviously the execution of like the way it's made has aged, but the story it tells is fantastic.
It's directed by Charles Laughton too. Charles Laughton, very famous actor. He
only made this movie. I think.
He only made this movie. Yeah, I'm seeing that. He directed uncredited The Man in the Eiffel Tower, which is strange, but I remember him from Spartacus. Like he's very, there in Spartacus. But that's a trip. And Robert Mitchum is actually one of my grandmother's favorites. And she made me watch the original Cape Fear with him. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, he plays the
My dad told me that as well when we talked about this movie.
The OG Max Cady. And then also Gregory Peck plays the Nick Nolte part in Cape Fear. And I don't know if you know, but in Martin Scorsese's, both of them appear.
I know, yeah. My dad told me.
That's awesome. Well, that's good news then. That's actually something that seems interesting.
I don't think this movie is for everyone, but again, it's just 90 minutes, so it's never boring or anything. Yeah, The Night of the Hunter, which is a great title. I like it.
Night of the Hunter. God damn, he made a lot of movies. Woo, Robert Mitchum.
Robert Mitchum?
Woo. Yeah. There's a lot of movies.
He does look a bit like James Dean, doesn't he?
Like an older brother or something.
Yeah, his head shape and shit. Yeah, and also his laugh.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. Yeah.
All right. 2 movies left. So I watched Fighting with My Family from 2019. A comedic sports drama.
Because of Florence Pugh. Yeah.
By Stephen Merchant with Florence Pugh, Nick Frost, Lena Headey, and Vince Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
And also Dwayne The Rock Johnson plays himself.
And The Rock! Yeah.
The movie's about like this British trashy wrestling family. Like they're all into wrestling. I think it's a true story. Actually, yeah, it is. The parents are played by Nick Frost, Lena Headey, Cersei Lannister. And the children are Florence Pugh, who's again just fantastic as always. And a guy I didn't know him before, Jack Lowden. He was actually Jack Lowden. I was really impressed by him. He was fantastic, and I didn't know him. So like the whole family is crazy about wrestling. They host shows and shit. They all wrestle against each other. And one day they get a call that those two, like Florence Pugh and Jack Lowden, they've both been picked to show their talent to a guy from WWE who's played by Vince Vaughn.
I was just going to ask, who does Vince Vaughn play?
Vince Vaughn is the strict coach who's kind of an asshole, but, at its core, a good guy. So the same role as in Hacksaw Ridge. And come on. Vince Vaughn is born for those roles.
Yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
One of the perfect asshole, the perfect.
Yeah, right.
Perfect dick.
But not really. Like he's still. In the end, he just wants to push them.
Right. Right.
And like Florence Pugh, she gets picked for like WWE, and they don't pick his brother, and he gets really depressed because that was always his dream, and it's now kind of a side plot that his life is going to shit. And now you just follow Florence Pugh through the movie, how she gets trained to be a professional wrestler. And but yeah, she's kind of an outcast, so it's the typical underdog story.
Florence Pugh definitely has some eclectic roles under her belt. She's got some a lot of roles there, and they're all different.
Yeah,
every single role is different.
She's very versatile.
It's really she's impressive. Not just doing dramas either. She's doing like everything. It looks like.
Yeah.
Black Widow as well.
Yeah, that's an action movie. Yeah. And, she did horror, drama, historical shit like Outlaw King. Yeah. Dude, like Vince Vaughn again. I love Vince Vaughn now. He's on a roll for me. Like in the last couple of years, Hacksaw Ridge, Brawl in Cell Block 99, Dragged Across Concrete, Fighting with My Family, you know?
I loved him so much in Dragged because he was he reminded me of, I don't know, it was like close to that Swingers, I don't know, it's just when they were in the car eating the sandwich. I fucking love that scene when he's eating the sandwich.
Yeah. A weird thing about this movie, Dwayne Johnson plays himself, and he produced the film. And it's kind of a promo movie for The Rock. Like, he's portrayed as like the super genuine and friendly guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, of course, but it was a bit too much. Like,
I have a feeling one day you're gonna meet The Rock, you know, and you're gonna be like, oh.
He's probably a nice guy, but come on, like, whatever. Also, Stephen Merchant, who wrote and directed the movie, I like him, and he's also in a small role.
Oh wow! Okay, I just noticed that Stephen Merchant did write and direct.
Ooh. He's pretty cool, and he's pretty tall.
It looked like the movie had a lot of heart too.
It does. It's really charming. The chemistry, like, of all those actors, like the family, you know, Nick Frost as the father and Lena Headey, Florence Pugh, they're all really great together.
Okay.
That basically carries the first half.
All right, you piqued my interest, you know.
And I don't even give a shit about wrestling, dude. But this movie was great.
I grew up with wrestling, you know. I grew up with it. I went to wrestling, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't like it anymore. But I don't know. Like, this movie didn't, like, the premise I didn't find interesting, you know. But I don't know. I want to watch it because of Vince Vaughn, and I do like Lena. Is Vince Vaughn in it enough?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think it is.
I mean, we all know why you watched it. We all know. We already know.
It's not just Florence. It's all the cast. They're all great.
Like,
I mean, I do like Nick Frost. No.
Does he take away from the movie though, like him being in it?
It felt a little weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he's not in it much, so it's not a big deal. John Cena appears as well, and this guy Sheamus or something.
Oh, like, Sheamus.
Some famous wrestlers appear.
Sheamus, the whitest man on earth. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
that dude is like porcelain. It's crazy.
He's Irish. Yeah.
Fucking eggshell, that guy, dude. It's weird, dude. It's like blindingly white. That guy.
Yeah. So now, last movie, the best one I saw this week.
Drum roll.
It's a crime thriller again by Bong Joon-ho with Song Kang-ho. Memories of Murder from 2003. So there's, like, in a small town south of Seoul, in 1986. It's based on a true story, actually, or inspired by, I don't know. It's about the first Korean serial killer. So there's this guy who rapes and murders a couple of women in this town. Okay. And the local police force, they're after him, but they're kind of not doing a good job. Like, the leading detective, played by Song Kang-ho, who's, as we all know, the father in Parasite, and his partner, who's always randomly assaulting people, which is pretty funny. They're not doing a good job. They're interrogating, like, the wrong people and actually torturing wrong suspects and shit. Like, they're really idiots.
All right, don't spoil this, because
no, I won't.
You have my interest all the way on this. So
and they get help by a cop from Seoul who's way better at his job. Like, he's like the straight cop, you know. Mm-hmm. But also he gets more fucked up the deeper the mystery goes. And they're trying to solve the case. And it gets more twisted, and, like, it's really dark, but again with some comedy, which didn't feel out of place at all. And dude, Song Kang-ho, he's fantastic. Everybody in this movie was fantastic.
Well, Bong Joon-ho is quite good at inserting those comedy in weird places, isn't he?
True. It was the same in Parasite.
Even with Snowpiercer a little bit there too. Like, there's some comedy in there, and you're like, I shouldn't be laughing, but I am. But yeah. And didn't you watch Mother last week?
No, I didn't. I watched Okja.
We talked about Mother.
Mother and The Host by him are both on Sky Ticket as well, which was also partly the reason I got it. So I will watch those as well by next week.
This one I'm automatically interested because I would like to see Kang-ho song.
Oh yeah,
Kang-ho song.
Song Kang-ho song, whatever.
Kang-ho song.
Dude, this movie has some Seven vibes to it.
Really?
So like really dark, and like all the murders are during rain and shit. It's pretty dark. And Bong's camera work, man, he knows how to shoot movies. It's crazy. It's not just that it looks good. Like the storytelling and his camera movement is fantastic. And like it's a fantastic thriller and really frustrating with a great ending.
Great ending?
Yeah, great ending.
That's what I like to hear. Nothing better than hearing great ending.
Yeah.
And it is based on a true story. I got the trailer like playing.
Yeah, don't look it up though. Don't look anything up.
Don't look anything up? Not even the trailer?
No, I would just go into it without knowing anything.
I can't look at trailers? I just wanted to see the tone of it. Okay. All right.
It's very desaturated. It looks very gray, the movie. And dark.
2003 he did this.
Yeah. And already, I think this was like his first feature film. And it's so masterful.
It looks like Barking Dogs Never Bite is the first.
Oh, okay.
But he started doing shorts in the early 90s, which is pretty cool.
Dude, Bong is a great director. I'm really looking forward to watching The Host and Mother.
And to see what he comes out with next, too. Especially after, because he's got big shoes to fill after Parasite.
Yeah, but now that I've seen like this movie, I'm not that worried that he's like. I think he's gonna deliver.
Capable, and you even enjoyed Oakjaw a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think Oakjaw is fine. Snowpiercer, I would have to see again to really judge. It's been a while.
I love Snowpiercer.
I think we saw that in school back in the day.
Snowpiercer, fucking Willy Wonka Part 2. I love it.
Yeah, true. It's actually a solid theory.
It is a solid theory. I love that theory, man. I mean, when I saw that on YouTube, I was like, oh my God, it kind of makes sense. It's true.
It makes too much sense almost. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's scary.
A little trippy. But there's a show, too, about Snowpiercer with Jennifer Connelly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that like out yet, or is it coming?
I think it actually got signed for a second season before the first season even appeared, which is weird. 2020, it says May 31st. It's going to premiere. It's on TNT though. I don't know about that. Just have to see how that goes.
Who's in it besides Connolly? Nobody I know.
Daveed Diggs.
Yeah. Right. Oh, Sean Bean. Sean Bean is...
And he's actually 10 episodes. Look at that. So he doesn't die within the first episode.
That's a new one for him.
Like, I'm interested in it just because I do like the lore of the thing, but I don't know. Like, it kind of, like, I'm torn on this because I love that movie so much that this could fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. And as we know, Jennifer Connelly has picked some bad roles in the past. She hasn't done, like, 100%.
That's sadly true, yeah.
If you ever get a chance, House of Sand and Fog with her and Ben Kingsley, that is one of her best roles. House of Sand and Fog.
House of Sand and Fog. I think actually, let me check that, but I think on this Sky ticket I've been raving about, yeah, they have Labyrinth, so I might watch it, you know? Who knows?
I will say this, that you will enjoy Labyrinth more than Legend. That is, I gotta stick behind that. I know that you will enjoy Labyrinth more than Legend.
Yeah, but probably not more than Willow.
No, because Willow pulled it off. Willow's amazing. I love Willow.
Yeah, it is.
Good shit.
All right, I think that's it for this week then. It was short and compact.
Short and compact. At least you watched something. I guess
Yeah. And I think I just continue doing it like this, you know, taking notes.
I mean, at least I did 2. But yeah.
Yeah. You could do more.
I could try. The problem is YouTube. These fucking rabbit holes I go under. It sucks all my time.
There are some movies on YouTube you can watch.
No, but you know, I watched like 4 hours of X Factor auditions going wrong, and I just, you know, I gotta admit, I loved every fucking minute of it. You know, seeing Simon Cowell just get irritated, I could watch that all day long. You know,
I see.
That, my friend, is a guilty pleasure.
Dude, you're a reality TV guy.
I love trash. I do. I mean, look at Tiger King. I mean, it is trashy, and I just love it. I love that shit. So,
also, Tiger King is something like, if you can watch it with a friend, do that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I watched it all with my girl, so we had a great old time watching it. We were both convinced that bitch killed her husband. So there you go.
I think everybody is.
She did.
She did. Yeah.
You could just tell that she's full of shit, even in like the original like fucking newsreels when they were first interviewing her. You could just tell. Just look at her eyes. She's full of shit.
Carol Baskin killed Don Lewis. I think that's a nice way to end this episode.
It's Carol Baskin's fucking fault. I swear to God, dude. Every time he would say fucking, I just laugh my ass off.
His way of talking, that's definitely something to like. If Edward Norton gets the role, I would be so interested in how he like does his speech patterns and stuff, like the way he talks. It's weird.
I'm excited about it. I hope they pull it off, but still, that documentary is very well done. Very well done.
Yeah. All right, then I think we can say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tune in next time.
Have a good weekend, man.
You too.
That's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 24 of Stairway to Cinema. That was actually a pretty good show. I had fun with in there. So I don't know what we're doing next. I don't know. Maybe we'll jump on some Rust. I'm not sure. Anyway, take care, everybody. Tosh, thanks for hanging out, man. The Prave, thanks for coming. We'll see you guys next week.